Hello, hello, hello. I forgot to do the ad thing like I do every stinking week. And, whoops. That's alright. No biggie there. What were you? It's wild that the bot did that too. But hello, welcome on in everybody. Welcome to another game dev stream. Put this to 19 and 8. It stops running away. There we go. There we go. It's a little bit better. But how is everybody's Sunday going? Doesn't matter how long you've been streaming. You always like don't forget stuff or do silly stuff or you know. Alright, there we go. That should be better. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello. Sorry for those that are stuck in ads immediately. Absolutely ridiculous. Alright. I've been doing this a different way, so we're going to do it a new way today. That's not the right one. That's the right one. Nice. This is what I need, is more sources in my scenes, because I don't have enough. I already have like 100, dude. It is wild. Alright, there we go. That looks nice. Welcome in for all those who haven't been here before for our game dev review. This is something we do every week on Sundays. We get games from a few different places, mostly from creators reaching out personally. So throughout the weeks, I get multiple emails to my nice GG's on the first. Get multiple emails to my business account, which you guys can find at thepiepiper.twitch@gmail.com. And I also have a post available in the r/playmygame Discord, which you can find in Game Dev, and a few other subreddits in r/playmygame as well. Originally, we did start out by reaching out, but honestly, our schedule gets so pushed out and is so in depth that usually we are no longer seeking game devs. They're mostly reaching out to us, which is really nice. So you'll see I will finish with my schedule. So let's start with what we're doing today. So welcome to Game Dev Review. I am the Pied Piper. The agenda for today is that we're going to go over the expectations from me of the devs, grading, which has updated since last stream. So if you caught a few of these, I did update that a little bit. Our grading criteria, game expectations, genre expectations, flagship game experience, schedule overview, giving each game its fair chance. Then we'll do grading. And then once we're done with all the games for the day, we'll rate out to a beautiful human being. So you can expect from me honest and candid feedback always. That's the main reason why you're hopefully here. Suggestions to make the game better. So if I do find frustration or if I do find something that I think needs some feedback, I will work with you and try and provide what I think as a non-experienced game dev, but somebody with lots of gaming experience, what I think a better solution would be. I will always provide my speedrun perspective, which includes 6 years of speedrunning experience, over 80 runs submitted to speedrun.com, 6 world records, 30 categories verified, and I've even performed at AGDQ, which had a 60,000 average viewership, where I was able to speedrun in front of that crowd, which was super cool. You'll always get a fair attempt at your game, and then I'll provide my deep perspective on gaming, which includes streaming over 130 games on Twitch. Actually, we're at 131 now. I have over 1,000 achievements on Steam, and I've been gaming for over 25 years. And then after that stream, you'll always have access to the VOD, which will be uploaded to the Pied Piper VODs on YouTube, and the video game review toolkit, which is how we do all of our grading, available on sheets.google.com. What I expect from devs. So this is updated, like I said. One, I expect your patience. I currently plan on streaming new games every Sunday. So because if you like request a game, like I said, we're already booked all the way out for October, and we're about halfway booked out through November. So if you hit me up today, it's going to take me about 6 to 8 weeks until I can fit you onto my schedule. So please have patience with that as we move forward. Please have humility and non-combativeness. At the end of the day, we both want you to release a great product that's fun for everyone. So my criticisms are simply of your game, not of your character. So, and also, like, you don't have to take any of my feedback if you don't want. That's up to you. This is the new block that I added, which is communication. So please keep the channel you reached out to me on open. That way, if I have any questions, I can reach out to you. This allows me the ability to communicate schedule changes. So if I say, hey, I'm going to do something October 12th and it ends up I'm doing it October 5th, this is a way for me to be able to reach out to you and let you know. I'll also give you live announcements and provide you links to the content create around your game. So if you reach out via the our Play My Game Discord server and leave the server and don't reach out, I'm not going to play your game because I have no means to contact you anymore. If you reach out via email and I reach back, because I'll always respond to your email with the date, and you don't respond to that, I will not play your game. If I ask you questions about your game to try and help provide a better perspective and you do not respond, I will not play your game. So please have that communication with me. That way I know that you're actually going to be receptive to the feedback and actually be here. And then a tech assist. So if you ask me to play your game and it crashes or has other problems, so anything like that, please help me, help you, help us be able to run it off and show it in review. So how do we look at games specifically? This is, if you've asked me to play your game, this is how we're looking at all of them. We start with genre. So we're looking at core mechanics, player role, objectives, progression systems, tone, theme, and atmosphere, and then expectations versus innovation. So if you're playing a roguelike, the idea is, does it meet the genre of roguelike? Do we have the right role? Are the objectives clear? What's the progression system? Does it fit within that genre? And then also, did you just recreate Slay the Spire, or did you actually make a new game? Right, so that's the expectation versus innovation. For art, we're looking at style, consistency, visual identity, and originality, which basically means that, like, if I could take a screenshot of your game and post on any social media, would I know immediately that's your game? You can think of the games like Celeste, Mario, even Hollow Knight, right, and Silksong. You take any screenshot of that game, immediately people are like, oh, I know that game, I recognize it. Dark Souls has like such a very deep visual identity, so the idea is that your game has the same and that we're able to tell it, and that's not just clearly a ripoff of something like a different game, right? Readability and functionality, this will become a very apparent while I'm playing the game. This is something that I'm very big on. You should have good conveyance of your ideas. World building and atmosphere, technical execution, cohesion, and emotional impact. If it's all dark and grimy and it's supposed to be a sad moment, does the art style that as well, right? And then gameplay, core loop. So right, if we're doing a roguelike, what's our, like, when do we die? When do we start? If we're doing an RPG, when do our battles start? If we're doing a live one, things like that, right? Controls responsiveness. I am a primarily controller-based player, unless it's FPSs. I will do some FPSs. I do prefer usually in a keyboard mouse setup. And then challenge and balance. Is it fair? Is it boring with variety and depth? How are you rewarding me for doing everything? And then how's the general flow and pacing? And then do I want to play your game again? If I beat it once, what does replayability look like? Is it worth doing anything? Is that what we're aiming to do? And then the last thing we look at is speedrun ability, right? I told you that I would be looking at your games with my speedrunning perspective. And with that, we're talking about movement controls, consistency versus RNG, which is important to know. Like, hey, if it's very RNG heavy and it's not apparent, like, where are the synergies and how you can, like, adapt, it's not going to be a good speedrun game. Glitches, skip, and tech. Hopefully we don't find too many glitches or anything like that, but we're mostly going to be looking at, like, based on my perspective, if I can see a clear ability of how we're going to be doing, how, like, the tech can be managed and how it's going to be interesting, and what a, like, skilled player versus a beginning player will be able to interact with your game differently. Routing, is it very clear of, like, hey, there is one of these things is about diversity in routing. If there's only one path to do it, it's probably not going to be great speedrunning, because a lot of people, if it just becomes at that point where it's like there's only this way, it makes the run generally boring. So it goes back in hand. And then difficulty and accessibility, usually people, if you're looking at having people speedrun your game and it's an indie game, if it's really hard, people probably aren't going to want to do it because they might get frustrated or something like that. Some people thrive off of that. It's like the Kaizo thing. And then timing categories, is it clear what different categories can exist? And then is it fun to watch? This is how we grade all that. So this is my video game review toolkit. So these are the 4 categories broken up, like I said: art, gameplay, genre, and speedrun potential. So we give it an overall of 16 points, in which then you get an overall grade in each category and then an overall score as well. That way you're able to go back, and then I'll provide all my feedback in a notes section. That way you're able to reuse this and hopefully develop a game that you enjoy and that other people enjoy better. And that way you don't have to remember everything I'm saying. You kind of just have a general Excel sheet, or whatever we want, worksheet. What's like the generic term that's not Microsoft because it's on sheets? They have like a worksheet, right, that you can go back to and utilize. So what are we playing today? Well, we're playing two games. We're playing Abyss Knight and Project Gloob. So Abyss Knight is a fast-paced 2D side-scroller game where you play as a knight, jump, climb walls, and slide to avoid obstacles and defeat enemies. The game gets harder with each level, challenging your skills and reflexes. The game is all about quick actions and overcoming tough challenges. That is from the itch store, so what they've provided to us. So at the end of the day, this is a great 2D side-scrolling platformer with parkour/precision movement. Yes, that is the genre I am categorizing this as. Genres are so hard because it's like it's important. If we're going to grade you on genre, we need to make sure that we're grading you within the genre. And if I just said, hey, this is a platformer, I think that that's an unfair justification of what this is, because platformers are very vast. This is specifically a great 2D side-scrolling platformer with parkour precision movement. It's different, and it's important to differentiate. So what's important with that? If we're talking about parkour and precision movement, you better have tight responsive controls. If I have tank controls and precision platformer, I'm going to rage quit and not play your game, right? Momentum and flow. I stand by this, and I mention this probably every single week. Every single level, when you approach it, you should be able to run through it immediately, period. First cycles should always be available first time. If you make me relaunch and then have to wait in your game that's supposed to be a parkour game, I will get bored and then I won't want to replay that level because it makes that thing even worse. Consistency of physics. Consistency is key, especially when it comes to platformers, and especially when it comes to precision platformers. Everything needs to act the same. Readable, fair challenges. We talked about that already. Gradual difficulty curve. You've mentioned that in your own style, so hopefully it's in there. Checkpoint and retry balance. We already kind of started talking about that. Fair failures. It should always feel like the player's fault if I die. That's very important. It should feel fair. Like, oh, I see what I need to do. I just didn't do it well enough. And then optional challenges. I think that this is super important. Encourage players to push your game and give them optional challenges. It's the strawberries in Celeste. It's the dragon coins in Super Mario World. It's the hidden areas with like pyramids of coins in Odyssey, right? So what games do I think are the flagship of this genre? Well, you can see we have 3 listed there. We have Ninja Gaiden, Katana Zero, and Dead Cells. I think that these are 3 games. Usually I only do 1, but I think that this is important for each of these, right? Ninja Gaiden is the early root predecessor. My experience with it is that I've beat it. It's just been a long time. I think that's kind of like the basis generics of what I'm kind of thinking of. But I want to provide a little bit more of just like, hey, here's a game that I beat probably 10 years ago. Katana Zero is a spiritual modern successor to Ninja Gaiden. I was one of the first speedrunners for the game. I was actually I was the top Switch speedrunner for the game oh, look at that. The top Switch runner for the game from May 2019 to May 2021 when my record finally got beat. So I did have the world record on the Switch for about 2 years, and then it got beat by this guy who's very, very good. I've put almost 100 hours into that game. And then I also do think while Dead Cells is primarily a roguelike game, I do think that it does have some of that 2D precision platformer idea, or that 2D platformer side view. Right, it's that side scroller. I've beat the main game multiple times. I currently don't have any boss cells, but I do have 35 hours played into that game. So that's what we're talking about for our first game, which is Abyss Knight. We'll cover Project Glooby. Sorry, Project Glooby. I keep thinking it's Gloob for some reason. Project Glooby, once we start playing that one. So we'll go into that a little bit. It's a different type of game. But then here's our calendar and schedule. Like I said, we're usually booked out for about 6 weeks in advance because we play an average of 2 games per stream, and we do game dev reviews only once a week. I have a lot that I want to juggle between speedrunning, school, work, and everything else. So I only have the ability to do this once a week. So today we're doing Abyss Knight, Project Glooby. Sorry about that. Next week we're going to be doing Null Path and Notebook Platformer, Bug Alliance, Forge of Fates, Puzzleton, Hexadecimal. I'm really excited for November actually because Plink Idol and Messy Hearts is made by an LGBTQI team, which is super cool. So I'm excited to check those out. And then that stream is pending based off of when I hopefully get a Games Done Queer block, so I'll let you know about that. And then we already filled out the 9th and started putting our games into the 16th. So you will see it is an average of 2. I do have 3 on the second. If you let me know that your game is shorter, I can usually fit into a schedule earlier. So if your game's like under an hour, I'll be able to put that. So with Messy Hearts, it's a visual novel that shouldn't be taking too long. And then Animal Survivor, I think, is only a demo, so it's supposed to be pretty quick as well. So that's why I'm able to put 3 games on November 2nd. All right. But without further ado, your coffee looks very cute, Delia. Let's go ahead and let's play Abyss Night. Let's get this launched up and going. Thanks, it's pumpkin spice. Nice, delicious. Yeah, I made a shaken espresso yesterday that was really good. Why does it keep doing that? All right, game dev review game. Abby's Night. That's funny. The executable is misnamed. All right. I would like to play with a controller, and that does not seem... This game has no save system yet. Wow. All right. I don't think I like this fadedness right here. Let me pull out my notepad. That way I have notes that I can physically take and then pass on to y'all later. All right. I don't think it has controller support, so I'm going to turn my controller off. Precision platforming with the keyboard is not my specialty. All right. Let me get my notes out. That way I can remember what we're writing for next week. Daniel is sold of. It's Project Glooby, not Project Glooby. It's, oh, Protect Glooby. Wow, I keep double misreading that. My bad. I keep doing that. Not only did I think it was Project Gloob, I thought I was wrong with both words. My apologies. I misread that like 3 times even reading that. Protect Glooby. Horrible. I don't know why my brain kept thinking it was that other word. My bad. I'll make sure it is listed right. Yeah. You throw like fake words and things, and immediately, don't do that to me. Chrome does dumb stuff all the time. I hate games that auto pause when you click out of them. I'm going to be completely honest with you. All right. I'm opening the video game review toolkit for any of those that want to Proctor Goopy, proper GUI. Yes. Right? My bad. This is how we grade everything, so you can find it there. I'm just getting this ready with a new one. So we'll be duplicating the master and renaming this to Abyss. This does say Abyss with 3 S's. Is that on purpose? And then the executable definitely says Abby's Night. All right. It has a continue button that... Okay. All right. We got immediate sweeping. Move that over there. Move this over here. Pull this up there. All right. Okay. Oh, I do not like that gravity. Gravity feels deep. I can't go left. Okay. Wow, what a cooldown on sliding. Okay, so we can use our mouse to slash or that. Okay. Okay, interesting. So we got a slow-mo. Oof. man. I do not like the camera following you for everything. Okay, so we do it looks like we have an optional path, which is good. What is this? I don't know how we did that slow-mo thing. Oh, C is slow-mo. Okay, gotcha. For like clock. Oh. Oh. I do like the quick reset. That's nice. I don't like that we bounce off walls. Seems a little weird. Is this a secret? Climb ladder. Yes. Whoa! But then we can't reclimb the ladder? That seems weird. Why is the ladder climb not just straight up and down? That seems odd. Why are some... It's really hard to tell foreground versus background versus actual. Because it's like some things you can step on, some things are just in the background. Some things are actually in your way. Is that death over there? So why is this here? Okay, that's weird. Music's pretty good. The jumps are killing me, right? The gravity is just so quick. Oh, interesting. Okay, we got moving platforms. Moving platforms look exactly the same as the other one. Platforms. Look. Alright. Yeah, so it's like this guy's in the background. These guys are in the background. That's in the background. I'm really like... And then it's like this is in the front. Why does this one look different? That's weird. Oh god. Wait, why? Okay. It's just so like... It's also non-haptic jumping. I think that's part of the problem too. Like, it's always max height. Alright. Wee. Wee. Oh yeah, I forgot about camera. I feel like you can block the camera onto the ground or something, especially for a platformer. Why do we have, like, why... I can't even force it to happen. The, like, weird... The fact that, like, when we run into things that, like, we're bouncy... Like, does that make any sense? You guys ever seen, Grandma's Boy? I haven't, like... feelings that that's what I'm doing right now. Where'd that platform go? Okay, I don't have to pay... Full level resets? That's wild. Yeah, I don't like that. Oh, so this goes back to like, oh my god. Yeah, this is like, oops. I hate waiting. Music's great. Definitely some, like, glitching going on with, like... Yeah, blind jumps are bad. Feet, like, get glitchy. We're just so zoomed in on our dude. So now it's like we're over here. This is probably just gonna stop. Yeah, and then you say, oh my god! That was so close to death. Oh man, now we got bad guys. There was this game I used to play that was like kind of an MMO. You were like a dragon something and you would like go on adventures. It's very anime-ish. There was like 2 games just like it. Definitely probably gave you viruses. Played a lot of it growing up. I don't remember what it was called. I want to look it up. It's gonna be super nostalgic. I don't like that, like that you're all momentum. Even legit games get 100%, 100%. Like, it feels bad. Okay, this is in the, this is actually there. Like, wild. Remember the first Harry Potter for PC way back in the day? I loved it. Oh, man. Oh, what? Now this guy's back? Oh, okay, at least, but crashed our computer and Matt won't let me install it again. Oh, no. Definitely thought that was actually there. That tracks, dude. That helped that, like, my dad was ripping games back in the day, too. Like, we literally had a CD that was just, like, a white CD with, like, Sharpie on it. That was just, like, all Sega games. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure this is fine. Oh, my goodness. This jump. And this camera. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, this full level reset, rough. You did the thing, I think. We did have a 10-8 VHS recorded TV though. Yeah, the mood. Yep, sure did the thing. Yeah, if they were not tech savvy, yeah. So is this gonna come back? Does that move? Was that a purposeful troll? Yeah. Can't pet cat. 0 out of 10. Zero out of 10. Let me pet this cat. Yeah, dude, my dad was like super early into like all that stuff. Remember the VHS test would just have a pile of stickers over each other, or the label had been crossed out? Oh, we had some of those. Gosh darn it! Also, like, I think I'm losing life from eating that. Having life seems weird. I think life bar systems is a little weird, honestly. I don't know if it's necessary. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. What's up with this bounce stuff? It's so weird. You see what I'm saying though? I'm holding right. You can like see me bounce off the wall. And like turn around. Is it because this guy's in armor? Is that because like I do feel like this is how people would jump if they're wearing armor. But that doesn't mean that it's enjoyable. Did I not open that? Who knows? Interesting. I still don't know what this is. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Whoops. Yeah, that's still weird. Yeah, you have that, but you don't use it. Does momentum not matter? This is how people would jump in armor, right? Proceeds to jump on top of like a fruit stand. Okay. You gotta feel it, dude. It's you feel heavy. You just feel weird. It's like, I don't know. There's no momentum. It's just like up and down. It's like 1 second you're on like 0 on Y, and then the next one you're on like 10. Game looks really good, but the UI is kind of trash. Yeah, it's like kind of like it looks good. It's just this is really hard. No, I know what you mean. That's what I always notice in games. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's definitely, it needs some polish. It needs some work. Oh, man. Like, it looks really nice. It sounds good. It's just like, for a platformer, like, platforming being the focus, yeah, it's definitely, it's the fact that, like, this jump shouldn't be this hard. And this is, like, level, what, 3? Okay. Also, did we get trolled? That seems unfair. That seems annoying. Like, why are we trolling? On, like, level 3. Because this box definitely moved. Okay. Does momentum matter? I really can't tell. Okay, here we go again. Can't pet the cat. Why is that symbol down there? You know what I mean? Oh god, oh god. Okay. Get me out of here. Alright, level 4. It's like you... If you have to right jump... Can't pet cat! You're definitely floating. That's alright. Yeah. You're floating when running. You're just like... What? Why? Oh god. Is this recoverable? Okay. Oh god. Bunch of the Hershey squares. Alright, that wasn't... Oh god. Sure. Sure. I don't know what bread plus means. I don't know what that means. Oh god. I don't know how slow-mo's helping me out. Ouch. 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 I really don't think that, like, a life bar, I guess, is kind of nice, but I really don't think it's necessary. Is the bread gonna keep me alive? Who knows? I have no idea. What's left? Ooh, a heart. I don't know what that means. Is there a menu? There is, but it doesn't tell me anything. Okay. Where's that dash? Oh god, where's that? I forget where that other button is. Ouch. Gosh darn it. Ouch. 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 What button was it? No. There was a dash, like a slide button. There. It's up and Q? What? That makes... What? Is it a backwards dodge? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get what it does. It's not just... Oh, it is just cute. Oh, God. Mysterious doors appear. Do you know what you'll encounter? Should you... Why are the eyes lowercase? That seems weird. I guess that they don't look like L's? That seems odd. Mysterious is spelled wrong. Yeah, good call. Good catch. Good catch. Good catch. Yeah. Abyss is spelled wrong too in the title screen. Yeah, there's a missing O. Good call. Sure, let's enter. Oh, now we're on level 6? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So bouncy. Can we get up there? Oof. I like these little skelly boys down here. Alright. Combat? Not necessarily interesting. Because it's just hit, walk away. So all the enemies feel... I don't know. Oh, did I break it? Open. I still don't know if red does. Maybe if you had like a shield or something could be more interesting, but like it's like having to like go backwards and avoid them. Oof. Oof. Oh god. Oh god. And oh, okay. So I'm also just like kind of confused on why there's combat at all. The fact that it's like all these guys that like you got battle like 10 times seems kind of like you got hit them like 5 times. Why can't I run upstairs? That's annoying. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Keep bonking. Boots of swiftness, said to be worn by heralds of forgotten kings, grants unnatural speed to those worthy. Why is everything in Fallout Boy font? How do I use? Oh god. Oh, now I can like slash quicker. Can I heal? Can I use the items I have? I inventory? P is pause, and so is escape. Interesting. I don't know. This seems concerning. I'm like scared to explore now because I'm like, is that gonna take me down to a place I can't get up? Ouch, ouch. Yeah, I would not say that we have tight controls. Alright, jump. Oh. What? And there's no save? You force me to jump and then I take damage? That's messed up. What was that, like level 7? Holy cow, there's... Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. There is a continue button. It says it has no... So I guess the save is for, like, if you're outside of it or something. If, like, I quit the game, I wouldn't be on 7. Thank goodness, dude. I was about to... There was a chance that we were just gonna be like, well... Why bloody spikes? All video game logic says that these hurt me. But they do nothing. Weird eyes. Increased by %30. %30. Also confusing by what that means. I need to stop getting hit so I can make this jump later. Is this the beginning? What the? This is exactly what I was afraid of, and why I was like, I don't want to go exploring, but I was like, no, let's do the exploring. There was something interesting down there though, but it seemed hard to get to. We'll find out. This isn't that bad of a reset. Okay. There's like, oh, that's just like a bird cage. Like, why is this here? Why does that exist? So you don't take fall damage when you have to restart the entire level for missing a jump? Very confusing. Alright. Oh! For when that happens and we bonk our head and then have to start the whole level over? That wasn't cool. Also, your words get, like, stuck behind things. Oh, there's a sprint! Oh, okay. That's good to know. It's shift. You did not... Alright, you need not a tutorial. I hate tutorials, but you do need a quote-unquote... You have a level 0. It should force me to understand when this clock is necessary. Honestly, I wouldn't even do that. I would do skill introduction. Needs tutorial or skill introduction. Where it's like... Maybe I don't start out with a sprint. You know, which is fine. And then you give me the sprint, right? Because I get like the boots of swiftness. And then force me to use it. You know? And then you can like make it where it's like, hey, if you do this, you know? I'm dead again. I don't have enough life to survive this, I don't think. Alright, let's see. Okay, the sprinting helps. Okay, now we have a little bit of life. Oh, if we jump... Ow! Now we're behind door? Before we are in front of door. I can't attack up. These spikes don't work. Why are we now just introducing slimes? Slimes are level 1 enemies. Why are we introducing them in level 8? Are those supposed to do something? Those spikes? Oh god! Also, I don't have my boots anymore. Boots are level specific? That's kind of messed up. Why? Okay. They got little hands, dude. They like punch you. Slimes are so cute. It did say at the tooltip for the boots. It did say that. Oh, I didn't read that fast. It disappeared so quickly. Was that the all caps part that was at the end? Because I never read that out loud. But that makes, like, at the end it said, yeah. I don't like... I don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything. I don't really know what's going on, to be honest. Should be a little buff than an item, 100%. The background also is blank. Yeah. It's just dark. Wait for the right moment. That's hard to read. Also unnecessary. These hurt you if you just touch them like that? That sucks. Yeah, I agree. I like the stars. They're like fireflies. I think it's fine being blank, yeah. Oh god, what the hell? Sorry, put a swear in the swear jar. Will this kill him? Thank you. You got it. You got it. It did it. You can see it putting the money in there. This doesn't say anything, chat. Ouch. Alright, just writing down some notes. It's supposed to. I think I messed it up. So I made it complicated. So oh! That was unfair. Like, why are we trolling, dude? That's 100% what that is. It's like, that's a troll. Just like the earlier troll. Like, oh, they all just fall. Oh, and I can't stand back on it while it's going up? Wow. Okay. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, nice. Lighting here is rough. Yeah, it is. Oh, what the... Why are we trolling? See, look, Abyss Knight. Why are we trolling? Oh my goodness gracious. Why am I getting added? Oh, I need to mute those. Alright. Why not just let me... Stairs. Oh, I see. Give me 15 more health. Total health? Question mark? Ow. Ow. Was there this many last time? Where'd that enemy come from? Oh, he walked all the way from up here to off the edge. He's just like, he has no zone. He just walks right. Good for him. Alright. Why can't I jump through this? I should be able to jump through platforms. Okay. What? It fell because I touched it? That's rough. Also, as long as I'm holding shift, I'm losing, Oh, I didn't even see this at all. Oh my... How do I watch my step? How do I watch my step? There's no indication that that's there. I just, like, gotta hope that I hit the end of it. Like, I don't know where the next one is. That's wild. Wait for the laser. Close. I don't think this guy's first language is English. That's what I think we're learning. Which is fine. But you definitely need, you should have somebody else review some of the words. Also, I think that there's tooltips. Why do you need to say wait for the, laser? Right. What? How was I supposed to know that that's... Oh, God, that blended in. Okay, that's death. Okay, now I know. I thought that was like a cool firefly. Are we on the last level? Are we just... Was that a fake ending? Are we trolling again? Are we trolling again? Oh wow, and I can't shoot those. I think this is it. This has to be it. I think that's it. Alright, let's try and not take the door. Let's just see what happens. Let's do some proper testing. Maybe this is gonna be better now that I know that you can sprint. Okay. Maybe not. See, this one's in the background. Oops. Meanwhile, we're going to have to step on one soon. I don't know what happened with the game there. That was wild. Is this a secret? Who knows? I have that weird bounce effect where I, instead of holding onto a wall, I bounce off of it. See what I mean? We just like bounce back and forth. I was trying to like bounce into there because it looks like a secret, but who knows? Look at the pumpkin. Happy fall, y'all. Also, it stopped doing this, right? It only did this for like the first 3 levels, and then like once we like hit 6, it stopped doing that. Seems weird. Is that supposed to be like a tutorial thing? Yeah, after the door, yeah. Please don't fall. Maybe that is like how the tutorial is? Yeah. Bro got lazy? I don't know. I don't know, it might be like a purposeful thing. Also, like... Just be like, hey, this is a World 1 thing? I don't know, it's inconsistent. It's confusing. Also, why do we need to zoom in on that every time? It reminds me of Sunshine. Gives me Sunshine vibes. Oh god. This is so wild. It's like impossible to be precise with this dude. Okay, so yeah, we can just jump over that guy. Oh, we actually have to pick up the bread. That was scary. What are these? Oh, I guess it's 0, 1, 2. I'm like, wait, isn't this level 4? Why is the first one called level 0? Like, why not just start with level 1? Because it's not a tutorial level, by any means. No more so than any other level could be, or is. Yeah, I'm not battling that guy. There's no experience. Why would I do it? See, and then this one's now in the... Yeah, that's way easier now that I know that you can sprint. Sprinting makes a huge difference. Yeah, why are we trolling? Why? Why are we trolling? Why can't we pet the cat? Oh, we bounced. Ow. Ow. Yeah, game's way easier now that I know that sprint exists. Also, sprint is endless. There's absolutely no reason to have the stamina bar, because you can sprint full time. I don't understand its purpose. Stamina bar does nothing. Also, you should have nobody likes a stamina bar. Unless your game is all about like resource management, yeah, you should just be able to sprint full time. But once again, it might want to be like a unlockable thing. Oops, I died. Let's see, I'm curious, where does this continue to take us? Do we think it's gonna take us to the last level? Okay. I wasn't sure, because I'm like, technically we got like 2 gameplays on the same run right now. So I wasn't sure. Let me skip this. That's the other thing. If you're gonna do this, this is fine. Let me skip it. Let me skip it. Especially after a death. Like, yeah, but I got it. I've seen it. Jeez. I could kill him, but why? Trolling for no reason. Take our bread that we don't need. Oh yeah, this is the one where I got stuck in without the sprint. Yeah, I remember now. Sprinting forever. There we go. Alright. I think it was like level... Maybe it's this level? Maybe it's the next one. One of them has it where... Does this have the Grim Reaper in it? No. It must be the next one. Yeah. So we'll just skip the door. We'll say no and see if there's a different path. Yeah, Sprint definitely changed this game. So I'm kind of glad that we went back and played these. Because... this is still dumb. I'm glad that's weird. Oh, I almost jumped over that. That was scary. Okay. Hey, let me... No. I also don't see the door. Okay. We're just here. I'm glad that he waits his turn to attack me. Are we just stuck on this level now? Okay, we've killed everything. No, I don't want to enter the door. No, I'm good. Why is that an option? Why is that an option? Also, we're bouncy. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. Alright, well, that's the whole demo. That's quicker than I thought. Alright. Let's not do that. There we go. Alright, let's do our official review on it. I have a whole page of notes. Alright. Art style consistency, I think it's really good. I think it's great. It has a little bit of consistency issues for sure. Readability, functionality, this is the problem. This, like, there's just like craziness into it. Atmosphere, I think it's pretty cool. I'm gonna give that a 4. And technical execution, I think it's really good, so I'll give that a 4. But like the readability with like the spikes being there, being like, what are these? What's their point? Like, you know what I mean? But overall, I think it's pretty good. You know, I think it's very... I will say, like, I don't think it's instantly recognizable, but I do think it's very good. Yeah, definitely somewhere between confusing visuals and gameplay suffers with, like, just a lot of, like, what's readable, where you can do stuff. You add notes for weird reasons. World building, yeah, it's, like, cool. We got enemies. Like, it's fine. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I think it's cool. And then technical, yeah, I think it's well done. For gameplay, like, there's a functional loop, you know, battle the levels, go through. Yeah, I would say controls are not serviceable. They're somewhere between clunky, laggy, and serviceable. There's an issue with this, like, jumping, the shifting, the sprinting, dodging. Like, there's something weird, especially with platforming, where, like, the jump is just odd. Challenge and balance. I'm gonna give this a 3. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 2 because you troll. Because it sits into that unfair. There are multiple times where it trolls for no reason, where it's like you just move a platform just to like kill the person. Which is like why? Because of the readability, like you have a large issues where it's like all the platforms look the same, and that causes it to feel unfair because it'll randomly change. You have a lot of blind jumps, which make it unfair. What else do I have in my notes? Like falling is a full level reset. Like, that's annoying. Especially since you have sword, like the fact that you have the like ability, like you have life points, means that you could literally have them fall. You take that life points and you start, like most games. It's very odd that you don't. And then at the end of the day, yeah, there's some variety in moderate depth, but your gameplay, when we're talking 2D platforming, the platforming itself isn't really changing. You add enemies and get rid of them, but if you're going to be a 2D, like it's weird, right? If we talk about it, even like if we talk about if we compare it to Dead Souls, right? Not Dead Souls, Dead Cells, sorry. It's very enjoyable. It feels good. You're kicking through doors, you're moving, it's quick, it's paced, you can platform into different levels, and this doesn't have that feel. It doesn't have that tight, responsive control that you need of it, and it doesn't have necessarily that variety even into like levels or enemies where it's like, okay, now you have to do things differently, attack, or even move fast. I think it's got some moderate depth, but it's definitely missing some stuff. And that's going to be a perfect transition into our genre. So core mechanics, when we're talking platformer, I'm actually, you know what, I'm like, at the end of the day, mechanics don't really match the genre. When we're talking about 2D, maybe like a 2. I'll give it like it's somewhere between loosely aligned and don't match at all, because at the end of the day, the game, it doesn't have those tight responsive controls for a platformer, so it feels confused in what it is. I'm gonna be honest. It feels like the game has platforming elements, it has like RPG elements, but doesn't really want to do be either. I think if you got rid of like life bars, it would definitely help. I think controls definitely need a lot more work to be able to make it that platformer. I think a lot of time's been spent on the music and the visuals, which are okay. Visuals look good, but they're not good for readability, right? Is the problem right now, but the music's very good. And so I think a lot of that, like the mechanics, if you're going to be doing platforming, you need to take a look at it. One, how are you doing enemies? Why are we waiting to show slimes until later? Slime should be like a single hit attack. You shouldn't be, if platforming means that the main mechanic is movement. The main mechanic is me moving right and jumping, or moving in direction and jumping. And the fact that when I use my sword, it stops my movement, it makes those enemies and it makes the platforming less enjoyable. So I definitely think that needs some review. Player roles and objectives, I think, yeah, I think when we're talking platformer, I don't know what our objective is, actually. I have no idea. No idea. We're just like making our way downtown. Maybe it's only because it's a demo. You have lots of like kind of stuff going in. I think what you should do is have a opening cutscene, and that's it. That should be the only cutscene. The opening cutscene, set it. The night his princess gets stolen, move on. You know, I think in your visual and your pixel art ability, it would be beautiful. The art would be really good. I think like you could like think of not Hollow Knight, think of Shovel Knight. That's what this kind of reminds me of. And all of this, like Shovel Knight's like kind of what you should be aiming for. And it's just kind of missing that. So I think it's like it's an acceptable fish. That's not fully convincing since we're missing a lot of that and we really don't know what our objectives are. Progression systems, there isn't any progression, right? And we can talk about, and here's what I'm gonna say, right? We can talk, even I don't know really any platformers that don't have any progression at all. And right now this has no progression. You immediately start out with this clock ability. No idea why that exists. Seems completely useless. Sprint took me forever to figure out. You have it immediately unlocked. You get items that only last at single level and are confusing what they do. There's really no progression at all, which is, whoops, not a 13. That'd be wild. So that's definitely hard. And then atmosphere tone, like when we're talking about genre of atmosphere of platformer, it's kind of missing that. So definitely needs some work on, like, the game's missing its identity when it comes to gameplay. I think it knows what it wants to be visually and feeling wise. I think it's missing what it wants to be gameplay wise and genre wise. And for speedrun ability, movement master control, yeah, it's clunky, and you have issues. That's where you're gonna really have it. It's minimal RNG. The text, like, maybe there, I can see it. And then really routing optimization depth that's linear with no routing. So overall, I'm doing the 3 S's because that's what you have. I don't know if that's on purpose. Seems a little weird. I'm giving a 61. Your highest scoring is art, which is makes sense. Like, the art was the thing that we were talking about the most, especially with the music and everything. But definitely, usually at this point, what you do want to see is a high genre. In an alpha beta stage, you want to see a high genre because it means that spiritually, your game knows what it is. And right now, your game doesn't have that. So that's where I'd focus on, is really taking a look at Mario, take a look at Shovel Knight for sure, take a look at Dead Cells, Ninja Gaiden, and use those as your inspiration on, like, not to replicate, but to inspire what this game should be, because it should be somewhere within those frames, and you can really build onto it. Right now, with the lack of progression system, the confusion and what's going on, it's very unclear in how this game's going to build out, if at all. So, like, that's where you need the most work, because it's already kind of like hit its limit. Like, and then even then the combat's confusing. I don't really understand it because it doesn't fit the genre at all. Combat needs a heavy look at, because enemies, when it comes to platformers, enemies and platformers should make it harder to platform or add something to platforming, right? So even if you look at Silksong or Hollow Knight, when you have enemies and you have to do platforming, they're either in your way and you have to defeat them to make your platforming easier, or you need to utilize them to do something cool with your platforming. And right now, enemies are just kind of like random. It feels like they're just like randomly dropped into the game. They're not. And then the fact that they're like on hardcore, like, tracks makes it even harder, where they're not like, hey, this is my area, you know, where like you can sneak by. That's where your issues are. So, comments, art, and music is fantastic. Game is missing core mechanics or mechanics and isn't sure what it is. Okay, games like Ninja Gaiden, Hollow Knight, Shovel Knight, Dead Cells, Katana Zero for inspiration for games within the genre and figure out what you are doing. Game needs a tutorial or progression system to show the usefulness and necessity of sprinting, slowing down time, etc. Readability is confusing at times. Falling platforms, moving platforms, / regular platforms all look the same. Additionally, bloody spikes do no damage. And then where they like spike traps have no clear start or finish. So how do you expect new players to know how to avoid them? What else do I have in here? Generally, layers are confusing as some items are in the background, and then the same item will be on the character plane, and it is indistinguishable. Cool. Way too many blind jumps. Camera shouldn't lock so close to character and could be steady, and you should aim to have it be steady. The fact that like every time we're jumping it's following us is hard and very confusing. Fall damage feels unfair. Falling in a pit forces a level restart is discouraging and should not happen. Game generally. Why give me the option to enter the mysterious door? Font and grammar / spelling need review. Physics are weird. Controls aren't tight. Bouncing off walls is unnatural. Do not troll players. Why do random platforms move right before you jump on them? That one's really, yeah. Items should not be temporary. You can give buffs, like such as drinking a potion of swiftness, vice boots that last 1 level. Allow the player to jump through some platforms to make platforming more natural and forgiving. That way, like, you're not constantly hitting your head on some of them. You can actually like go through, and that's gonna make it better. Let's see here. Oh. If you have to put notices up to explain what you do, unnecessary. Change ladder to be climbable, device, a teleporter, or replace with a teleporter. Like, it's weird, honestly. What else do we have in here? That's all good. And then, if you want to make the internet and your fan base happy, let us pet the cat. All right, boom. Pretty good. It's true, man. There's a lot in there. So what we're gonna do this. That's what I want to do. No, we just want to do it to these. There you go. That way it's all in there. You can zoom in and read it. The cat, man. Let's pet the cat. It's true. It's gonna change a lot. All right. Let's duplicate. Rename. Protect Glooby. There we go. Oops, I misspelled it. Protect Glooby. There we go. All right. Sweet. As always, the video game review toolkit will remain up. I will not be deleting anything, and you can always check out the VODs that you want. There, sweet. Well, thank you. I'm not ending stream, but we're ending this video. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy. I hope you got some interesting stuff out of this. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe down below, wherever it is. I don't really know. This is a YouTube introduction. Say hi, YouTube, chat. All right. And now we're going to be moving on to our next one.